What's up, y'all? This OG Weasel Urban Conversion. I'm back again with another one. Y'all just now tuning into my channel. I done 20 years on a 30-year federal prison sentence. And now that I'm back, I tell about my journey of doing 20 years on a 30-year federal prison sentence. I was released with the clemency program that Obama them initiated. But it was still well overdue, man. 20 years for a case that carried 5 years, man. It just goes to, let you know that certain things don't be in your favor. Yeah, I'm excited about getting out of after doing 20, but I supposed to been home at 6, 5. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you about my journey, man, about the federal conditions, rules, regulations that you gonna have to withstand once you get involved with the feds, which I'm still currently dealing with the feds at right now at this moment, man. Still been on federal probation, man. So my stories, once things get situated for me, it's gonna get better for us as a, community, man. So just bear with me, man, with what I'm doing, man, because I'm still walking a fine line, man. After doing 20 years in federal prison, man, I'm still on federal probation. Even after being home after 5 years in prison. So just to let y'all know, man, the clamps ain't you still incarcerated when you quote unquote free and all of that, because you still have to answer to people and even after this. So I'm still having to do what I have to do, moving forward till things get better for me. But if y'all tuning in, y'all check me out, man. And I want to, I had got a call from my nephew, man. He was like, man, you got praise from a lot of guys from all over the world and this and that. He said, man, but where you from? What was up with you? So I was like, with that being said, man, I want to tell y'all about the St. Louis car. The St. Louis car in the feds. We under the Midwest. We under the Midwest Coalition, man. But we one of some of the founders of the Midwest Coalition as well, amongst the group with Kansas City and all of that. But and it was times that even me knowing, and when I went to the state, when I was in the state in Kansas City, Missouri, and St. Louis, Missouri, it's under one state, and the homeboys used, when we was in state prison, I did 2 years. I did 18 months on a 2-year sentence in state prison. And when I was in state prison doing that 2 years, that little 18 months on the 2-year sentence, it was a ways away. We was probably, visitations. We was young. I was young. I think I was turning 20 years old or something like that, getting out of prison. No, 22 years old, something like that, 21, 22 years old. So I'm young. But at this time when we was in the state, St. Louis had migrated to this Crip and Blood era at this time, and even I indulged with it, you know what I'm saying, under the five young, which we wore red, and St. Louis was migrated, it was separated with this gang thing, with this gang thing. The mentality already was in an uproar just from the conditions that they lived under in St. Louis. And now getting structured with this Crip and Blood thing, that the California guys came down from St. Louis, from California, and all of that. And it happened in different neighborhoods because people have families that's been migrated to California for a lot of years. So it was easy for like their cousins to go to all of these different states when California laws was getting bad. You know what I'm saying? So they wanted to migrate. They started that 3-strike law when they had in California, when they was talking about the dude got caught with a pizza or something. So he was on a mandatory life sentence or some shit like that. So guys was, and I talked to guys from California, and that was one of their escapes. Like, man, they was hanging, and plus under the violence of being from California. So them going to their cousin house in Arkansas, or they relatives' house in St. Louis and Chicago and Texas, because California was praised for gang lifestyle. Okay, guys was so consumed with being jumped in from a guy from California, it was ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I was just my younger years, my mischief years, my cousin them was, they started doing it. And my cousin I looked up to, you know what I'm saying? A cousin I looked up to, just seemed like they had all the action. When my mama and his mama, which was her sister, they go to the horse track at night. I stay over my cousin them house. They got mats and shit down the alley. So when I go over there and they doing backflips, I'm doing backflips. I don't want to, so I'm staying over there. And not to get off the subject, the state prison, man, they were all the guys, and I had landed in prison, man, violated my probation, man. I had probation, violated, catching another case, even though I beat the case, but catching the case violated my probation or whatever. Something like that. No, I pled guilty to some probation while I was on probation, and that what violated me. So I went to do the little 2 years, 18 months on 2 years, and St. Louis guys were so cripped and blooded out, and we've sectioned off in neighborhoods, man. But I actually, at this time, I didn't actually have no personal vendetta against nobody personally. I didn't care. So what you was a Crip, or so what you was a Blood. Man, we in jail. They in jail, and this was my mindset. Yeah, this my camaraderie on the streets with these guys. These guys, yeah, I'm under this structure, but man, I'm under this structure with these guys. And my homeboys wasn't in jail with me. The ones I loved and cared for. So I was like, man, yeah, I ain't got no alliance with you. Every man for themselves. So they would be on some being disrespectful to the Kansas City dudes. Kansas City dudes didn't like St. Louis dudes, but it wasn't so much as the and it was just like, and that stuff come from the state. And it's not like that in the feds. But it's been like that so many years. The dudes, man, I had some real OGs, man, and I salute them, man, because they camaraderie, when I came into the feds, man, they camaraderie was brotherhood, Kansas City and St. Louis, and that's what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? I wanted it even in the state. Even in the state. And St. Louis guys are so aggressive and rah-rah, you know what I'm saying? And that's just the mentality. I wasn't like that, even though I'm from St. Louis, so I understand the dudes that was extra. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't done stuff they ain't supposed to be doing, and mischief and all of that. But man, I ain't, my camaraderie was with my homeboys from the street. So yeah, because I'm under this banner or claiming this neighborhood or this neighborhood, this and that, man, they ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? In jail, this my homeboys. Now my homeboys, we was on some money, man. We wasn't just in no gang just shooting dudes because they had the opposite stuff on. Nah, that one, we was, chilling. We ain't had no issues like that. But we did protect each other. You know what I'm saying? And my homeboys wasn't in state prison with me. So when they wasn't in state prison with me, man, I ain't finna be running around here fighting no dudes up there because he a Crip or Blood or whatever, the GD, whatever. I'm doing this 18, man. I'm mad as a motherfucker. I'm in jail. Y'all so distracted in jail. Now we landed in jail. Now that's cool on the streets. We could play all of that on the streets. That was the mindset. I'm giving y'all this story because this is the mindset in state prison. Dudes have come from the streets holding on to things that they was indulged in the streets and bring it into prison where you confined in a box and you still holding the same mentality that you had from the streets. Don't apply. Keep you stuck, stagnated. So I looked at it even then. Like, man, I don't care what gang I'm, man, you tripping. We in my out date. Man, I don't care about nothing going on in here. My little $10, $20 I get every other week, I'm cool. I'm buying me some noodles, couple of puff crown roll, little round puff, little cakes, little Debbie's, and I'm gonna stay to myself and I'm gonna keep my motherfucking mouth closed. But I understand my journey. Man, I ain't finna be in prison talking about no gang this and gang that. No. My son, my daughter. What about, yeah, that need the navigation for real. Man, you're tripping. Yeah, I'm out in the street. Yeah, I do something. Man, I'm not finna do that. And I wasted a lot of time in the federal prison system, y'all, with coming in, doing, and that's what your family gonna do. If you got a brother, sister, cousin, that's already implanted rules that's when you walk in. Now you have to decipher which rules you gonna play by, you know what I'm saying? And that's just on your walk, so it was a hidden rule. What dudes was doing, nigga, you knew not to, dudes was sneaking off with the rainbows or whatever they was doing. That ain't none of your business. And it's so dangerous that you, even if you seen it, whatever, you still better not whisper to not even know your cellie about what you seen. Because if you repeat that and that get out, and that dude will kill you. You'll lose your life just like that. That's what I'm telling you about the mindset that you have, man. This OG Weasel urban conversion, man. And I'm telling you, it happened just like that. Didn't have that mindset to come in state prison. My whole thing was, man, when I get out of jail. Know what I'm saying? These people got me cutting grass and I wanted out of jail. You know what I'm saying? So the St. Louis and Kansas City thing they used to have all type of little incidents against St. Louis and Kansas City. But St. Louis guys always lightweight being the aggressor. That's all I seen. Cause I couldn't understand it. I ain't, them being from Kansas City to me was like, hey y'all, what's up? Man, what's up? Y'all straight? Yeah, what's going on up there in y'all hoods? You know what I'm saying? That was my mentality. But it was they had a distance. They had section. They Kansas City kind of stuck to themselves. You know what I'm saying? They stuck to themselves, man. And St. Louis guys was always into something, man. Always into something. I remember one time in the state joint, get cool with this little dude, and I don't even want to mention his name, but it was disturbing. It was disturbing. But if I ever meet somebody that ever mention his name or something like that, I will reveal the stuff that was going on in the state prison. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just letting you know. And this is a guy from St. Louis. Cool with him. End up getting what he had? 25 years. He had 15. He had 15, 10 for the assault, 15 for the gun, but they was gonna run it wild. It was like 3 25-year sentence. He got it to be able to put the 25 years into the one cap instead of them running the wild. You know what I'm saying? They gonna make you do the 15. How many years you gotta do off this violent crime of the 15, which was they had changed that 85% rule on violent charges at this time. So off that 15, you gonna probably pull every bit of closer to 15. You know what I'm saying? Then you gonna start the other 10. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? But they really wanted to give you 325-year sentence for his incident. It was something with a gun, but he got it into 25 years. So he was like acclimated into the state joint. Man, I was telling motherfuckers I had 2 years. Dudes was like, man, nigga, what? I'm like, yeah, nigga. You know, I got 2 years. Oh, you finna go home in a matter of months. Man, I know, and I thought I was gonna get out faster than that. I ain't even want to make it to the jail. Shit, y'all could have kept me in the county jail. For this little 4 months I was supposed to do, but nah, they wanted 18. They got 18 months. Man, I went to the parole board, man. Them people got to talking about shit I couldn't even. What? Man, y'all tripping. That shit y'all talking about ain't even me. This parole shit. I'm like, man, I ain't got caught for shit. I just got caught for this violation shit, but y'all can't never, man. But that shit just wild, man. That these people got shit wrote down on me that I ain't even know about. I'm like, man, you tripping. They talking about this shit in my parole hearing. I'm like, man. That's why I guess they maxed me out. I'm like, but that case still haunt me even in the feds. The same case I'm telling you about was a it was a case. Man, I tell y'all about that case, man. I tell y'all about that case, how I caught this case, you know. But I tell y'all what charge it was and everything. And I get to federal. I get in this prison system, and Kansas City and St. Louis into it. I'm like, damn, why they into it? Why the dudes hate Kansas City dudes? But I'm looking at it like it's some hate shit to me. I just gotta be the truth with it. To me, I think the St. Louis dudes was hating on the Kansas City dudes, and I got love for them, and I'm gonna tell the truth. It had to be that like that for me. I ain't had no incidents with no dudes from Kansas City. Even though a motherfucker might think I'm a little too friendly or whatever, but I'm gonna protect myself. If a motherfucker ain't bullying me, soon as any hostility is going up. So I didn't carry myself according to what the situation I was in. And if I ain't bringing no situation, I ain't looking for none. But if you bringing it, I'm putting all these motherfucking wrestling moves I know on you. You know what I'm saying? I know how to protect myself. So I ain't doing no tripping. And ain't no guns in here. Man, shit, we finna have a punch fest in this motherfucker. So, one incident was dude from St. Louis trying to take the dude weed when he came back off visit. And the dude was from Kansas City. They scuffling and fighting. I'm like, damn, walk past, they even there fighting and all of this shit. I'm like, damn. Then again, nigga, I kept my mouth closed. You ain't know about the incident or what was going on days later till that shit just fall in your lap. But you ain't asking no motherfucker about what they were fighting for. Hell nah. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm gonna keep my mouth closed. I don't give a fuck. Long as it wasn't me in that motherfucker fight. Then we ain't tripping. For real. Cause I'm making it home even with this 18 months. These niggas got 15 years. They got 15 years, been in jail. And this is like a little, and we was at Boonville State Penitentiary. It's like a lower level, but it's, man, but they in that motherfucker tripping. Gang infested, everybody. Man, I ran the track in some state boots. You put on them motherfucking boots with the steel toe in front of them, man, I ran that track like I was a runaway slave, man. Mentally. Running, I'm talking about running on the track in them boots. I ran through at least 2 pair of boots, or might be 3. run the soles up off the boots in prison. They're like, man, you out here running out here in this hot heat. They like, man, what, man? I'm like, man, I was running for my life, man. For real, I was running for my life in state prison. Because the mentality that these guys had in prison, I knew that I didn't want to be a part of this. Because they was on nothing. Everybody in the jail seemed like they wasn't on nothing. But I had my release. Getting out of state prison, man. These people so ain't in the rush to let you out of jail so bad. It disturbed, man. They talking about send me some clothes. Man, what you got? I'm where it is, what I got going out the door. Don't worry about me. Get me out this motherfucking gate. You know what I'm saying? Then another, I can't even leave when I get released. Because another state police coming to get my ass. Police coming to get me after being in jail. It's OG Weasel Urban Conversion, y'all. Man, the mentality of St. Louis, man, part 2 will be dropping, man. I'm gonna be dropping it real soon, man, and tell you how they act in the fucking federal system. Part 2, telling you how they act in the state system. When back then, man, I need to find the dates and all of that. Early 90s, early 90s, you know what I'm saying? So, y'all, man, telling you. So, I'm going to just tell y'all about these stories, man, and we going to roll out, man. This OG Weasel Urban Conversion. Y'all hit that like and subscribe for me, man. Talk to y'all long enough. Straight up, man. Peace. Peace to all y'all East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, all of that, man. OG. This OG Weasel Urban Conversion, man. They calling me when I'm on live, man. I love y'all. Peace.